because I don't know what will be the issue. So, hello again. This is Joanne, your self care coach. I was jumping in to talk about self care, but my sound has been weird, and I cannot hear myself talking, so I don't know. What I had for you guys today was taking the time to really spend time with yourself. I read something that said like I date myself. I take myself out to lunch. I talk to myself. I write myself love notes, and I'm like, oh, I I do take myself out on dates, and I was just like, oh, I need to go back because I brought a pack of note card, blank ones, and I was sending them. I'm doing notes for my husband, for the kids, and some of our friends. I'm mailing them stuff, and I was like, oh, I could do some for myself. So I'm gonna write myself a love letter, and actually mail it to me when I go out of town, and then so I can get it at some random time. So, for self care, when was the last time you took yourself out on a date? Could be in nature, could be movies, could be food, right? So, hi. Um, Nice to have you. Please let me know if the sounds is okay. I had some issues earlier, and I cannot hear myself on here. So I hear myself talking, and it sounds fine to me, but I don't know what Instagram is doing today. So yes, so for my tip for Self Care Wednesday this week is take yourself out on a date. Plan something that you like, depends on what your love language is, and do that because we have to get into habits of learning who we are, what triggers us, what we like, and we can't keep expecting someone else to make us happy when we don't even know what we like. So this week, plan something for you. Plan a date, actually go on it, and then if you want to go a step further, journal about it. What was the emotion that comes out? How did it feel? Um, was it awkward? Because some people are not comfortable going to dinner or lunch by themselves. I used to live in Burlington, Vermont, and there's a lot of cute restaurants. I will go dinner, lunch, whatever by myself. Sometimes I'll have a book and sometimes I don't. I'll go to movies by myself because everything was walking distance from where I live downtown. So I didn't need my spouse. Well, back then he was my fiance. So I didn't need him to be always with me or have my girlfriends with me. I will actually take myself out, and I was okay. Like I didn't, it wasn't awkward to me for me to be by myself. So are you able to enjoy your own company? And that comes for a lot of stuff. It's for sexual things. Do you know what makes you happy, pleasurable? Like, do you know those things? Like, are you always waiting for your partner to do something that you don't know what to do, right? So this year it's all about the empowerment of women. It's all about having finding our voice and speaking up. So to start that, you have to know who you are. You have to know what you like, what you don't like, what you agree on, what you don't, and create that boundary also. So take yourself out on a date, right? Plan it. Make sure that it's something that you know you will enjoy. And once it happens, see how you felt and journal about it because we have to put ourselves back on that top of priority list, and we have to learn how to be happy with who we are before we can try to attract someone to make us happy. So that's all I had for today. We had a little snafu in the beginning. Hopefully the voice worked. All my ladies that showed up today, thank you so much. I am having the best of time. I went to the mountain, was that 2 weeks ago? For just one night. I stay at Calorie Gardens. I went hiking in Pine Mountains, and it was the best. Like I walked so much, but I was alone again. See, I was by it was my solo mommy trip. I was by myself. I went shopping. This is new. I got it there. It's supposed to be a scarf, but all scarf now end up being my headwear. Um, I went, so I did everything. I had by myself. I went to dinner by myself. I went to breakfast by myself, and I had the room to myself, so I didn't have to ask anyone, oh, what do you want to do? So I just got to do what I like mostly, and I'm trying to make it every 3 months I go somewhere just so I can recharge my battery. So, like I like to say, self care is loving yourself in action, and my action for my self care will be different than yours, but as long as you're creating that time and taking the time and not feel guilty that you're actually doing it, because if you're feeling guilty while you're doing it, it takes away the act of actually trying to care for yourself. So the guilt you have, if there's guilt present, you have to learn to let that go. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope the noise was okay. I'll be back next Wednesday. The self care, 5 week self care program is on the way. I've had multiple people sign up, and it's self paced, so you don't have to start at the same time. So I'm not making it where the class starts at this time. And no, you have your 5 weeks. The first week you get an orientation, and you get to do the 7 day self care challenge. So you do that first, and then the 5 weeks later you do the journal, which I created with someone else. The graphic is beautiful. I am in the process to get it print, but in this meantime, we get to use it in the PDF format. So this is awesome. 2021 is coming swinging, and we are gonna swing back in a sense of we taking back what makes sense for us. We're gonna rest. We're gonna nap. We're gonna enjoy nature, and we're gonna connect. So it's not about being competitive or worry about other people's issues.